Let's see if there's something else I can do. For example, okay, actually, there's a good idea. What do I need to know in order to get more info out of your fro? What am I looking for here? Big scoop. Ice cream scoop. Will you please answer my questions on the night of the murder? What were you doing loitering around? I told you, didn't I? For my scoop. What I want to know about are the details of this scoop. That's not something I can tell you. I mean, that there's my bread and butter. That's my candied yam! All right, then, an unpleasant tabloid photographer looking for a scoop. I'm gonna say that you were looking into a scandal. Grr! Could it be you, Lotta Hart, were looking for a break with a huge story? Perhaps an unfolding scandal between Han, Corgia, the ninja, and this person? Thank you, Wendy. Never thought I'd say that. This woman. She's Adrian Andrews, Matt Ungard's manager. Mumph! The Nickel Samurai's manager caught secretly meeting with his rival, the Jammin' Ninja. Be the hottest story of the season, wouldn't it? You're pretty good at this guessing thing, Mr. Lawyer. But you can't just make up any old thing and think it'll make the papers. You gotta have backup. Backup? Yeah. You gotta have that, what was it? New sauce? You mean news source? Yeah, that's it. Just show me something that shows the Juan guy had something with Ms. Andrews. That I do not have. I don't have that. Okay, well, I mean, I made progress. Back to the On Guard. Yeah. I can see where the thing... Yep. The missing knife. That... Yeah, it's definitely gonna have his fingerprints on it. Let's see. Anything to say? Got a lot of stuff on the motive for murder. Alright, what do I need to know to open up your locks? Explain yourself, lady type. Motive for murder. Why was Juan Guardia murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Ungard's life in danger by your actions? Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to this fellow. You were not that close? That's right. Never been good at being intimate with another person. Not good at being intimate with a person? I highly doubt that. Okay, that's a interesting accusation to just sort of throw out there for no reason, but okay. Well then, here's the real bread and butter sized problem. What in the flying hell am I expected to be doing here? I feel like I've been just about everywhere, but I've figured out nothing. Okay, I guess we'll just sort of back it up, I guess. Did I talk to you about everything? Oh, no, apparently not. I'm an idiot. Thank you. This is helpful. Would you mind telling me about this gossip? Oh, yeah, I completely forgot. I got distracted with other stuff. Ah, so you are interested in it. Figured you would. I have such a weakness for celebrity gossip, too. Oh, really? You too, huh? Yeah, take a look at this. Looks like a tabloid Miss Oldbag would read, and probably did. Jammin's Midnight Rendezvous. To the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss A.A. You see now, don't you? What? You can stop pretending to be in the dark, Mr. Wright. Juan Cordia didn't have a manager of his own, which means if we're talking about a certain manager with the initials of Adrian Andrews? Yes, exactly. This is big news, apparently. Why? Are they both in committed relationships? Or one of them, even? Because otherwise I don't see how that's a scandal. That's just... That would just be somebody dating somebody. But it seems kind of odd, that woman, Miss Andrews. Together with the biggest rival of her client? It's that wonderful thing that can only happen between two people. Mr. Powers looks so happy. Girl's just following along, not having any idea as to why he's smiling. Well, like the saying goes, one man's garbage is another man's treasure. I assume you mean the magazine article. Okay, well, this does, in fact, help me out in a big, big way. So, thank you very much. All right. Shazamo! Does the first lock come back, or can I pick up where I left off? Oh, okay. Fair enough, game. Take this! And that! And a little bit of that! There we go. Shitter shatter! My attempts at saying folksy things could have been interpreted as a swear, and I apologize. But it wasn't technically, so it's fine. Take that, you fool! This is the article from a certain weekly tabloidial. Jam and Midnight Rendezvous. To the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss... Ah! The Jammin' Ninja didn't have a manager of his own. What's more, his rival, Mr. On Guard's manager, Adrian Andrews. She has the initials. Ah! You saw this article and then thought to take some pictures of them as proof. That's why you were lurking around this door. Wah! Wah! Yay, I did it. Now explain yourself, Lady Type. Give me that big ice cream scoop. Now do it. You got it. I was gonna get myself a scoop by catching him in a secret meeting or something. Or something else much lewder. There's already an article about it in one of the weekly tabloid magazines. It's no longer breaking news. What'd you just say? Her initials are... Ah! What kind of vague thing is that? That ain't no proof of nothing. People are gonna want to see real proof. Well, at least I do. So that's what I was doing, getting photos. Oh. Now I'm gonna whip up the reader's interest with some gossip and a little misleading. To spice it up a little and have myself an exclusive story. Wow, Lotta. Nice journalistic integrity you got there. I already finished writing up my spicy article, you know. But the paper I wrote it on, my note to myself, it's gone. Your note to yourself? It was inside the case of my super camera. And Diane ran off together. Came here for my big story. Didn't come here to have my treasure disappear on me. Yeah, I understand. It's enough to make a gal go bonkers, I tell you. What's with people now, anyway? I never thought I'd see the day when someone done steal something from me. You really want that note back, huh? I've got no idea why, though. The story on that note is probably a bold-faced lie. So what's up with that? Can I further talk about it? I just bought that camera. Who did it? The thieving rascal. Please don't look straight at me like that when you say that. When I find the bugger who went and done this, they're gonna pay with a bullet. And if you do that, don't expect me to defend you. Ba-dum-bum-bum-ba-dum-bum. Wham. Alright, let's just squoozy our way on in. I shall discover all of your secrets, Miss Oran. Near side to the Ran. Alright, I highly doubt that. Then how do you explain this noise? You and Mr. Jammin' Ninja had an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly third-rate tabloid article. If you even have half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such a rubbish. Well, it seems quite a few people have already bought into the story. That's to be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars. Note to self, stay on her good side. In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that. I see. However, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone? Me? Need to get close to Mr. Jammin' Ninja? As if there was ever such a need. Didn't you get close to this guy for this person's sake? Do you really still not understand? What? It's not in my nature to... Okay, I guess I did it wrong. It's called a job. I am in charge of Mr. On Guard the Star, not Matt On Guard the Man. Oh, and you are not my client. Oof. Is this my subtle hint to go home? But I know you must have had a need to get close to the victim. Okay, that is certainly something. Now what in the actual hell's bells do I does? I don't have the slightest idea, if I'm being 100%. If I'm being 100%. Okay, well. I thought I was onto something. Turns out not so much. Let's just back it up. Back it up. Back it up. Maybe Gumshoe is here now? That'd be helpful. Oh, that's good. Detective Gumshoe said they had an investigation briefing. Yeah. Oh, he's back. He's very tall. Hey, so you came, pal. Why the blunt greeting? Because there's nothing to be friendly or happy about? What do you mean by that? Well, things look perfect this time around. The evidence and testimony are airtight. But we can't just roll over and die. We have to stay positive. Give me the information, you crazy man. So what do you mean the evidence is airtight? I can't give you all the details, pal, but there's 2 big pieces. 2? And both of them are in the photo. Okay, well, the knife and, what, the guitar? Oh, I know the button. Oh, that's a huge button. I just only this moment realized that's what that does. First thing's the button that's missing from the victim's chest. That button that you found during your body search of Mr. On Guard. Yep, I found it in the folds of the Nickel Samurai's special pants. And the second one is? The knife in his chest, pal. The fingerprints on the knife in his chest, to be exact. Fingerprints? Whose are they? You didn't even have to ask, little missy. It's obvious they're mad on guards. Tomorrow's trial. Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place and just wanting to get your friend not murdered. What about the airtight testimony? It's that old security lady, Miss Oldbag. I thought so. What do you mean, you thought so? Did she tell you something, pal? Well, I even told her not to open that mouth of hers and blab to anyone. Her blab knob is stuck on 10, and there's no turning it down, trust me. I've been around the river bend. I know how these things be. Yeah, well, Miss Oldbag saw it all, pal. She was literally in the room. She saw Mr. On Guard come out of the victim's room around the estimated time of death. Ah, way. That's a big pile of problems right there. Okay, I guess I need to start presenting something. What do you gotta say about this? We're pretty interested in this bit of gossip ourselves. The scandal with Mr. Jammin' Ninja. But why? Well, 2 years ago, a woman committed suicide. Suicide? That was a brief flash. Her name was Celeste Impax. And she was Juan Cordia's manager. Oh, hello! The victim's manager? But that's not all, pal. Miss Impax was Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. She taught Miss Andrews everything she knew about the business from square one. Wow, her mentor. A woman who was both Mr. Cordia's manager and Miss Andrews' mentor. Could her suicide have something to do with this case? You want to know more about it? Yeah, kinda. I feel like the game wouldn't have put it into itself if it didn't matter. This ain't the type of game to make useless evidence. She was the victim's manager and was also Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. It's been 2 years since her suicide, and now those two are linked again by another death. Or maybe it's just a coincidence? But okay, now we're being attacked, physically assaulted. No one cares. I'm getting sick of dealing with one foolish idiot after another. Miss Von Karma, you colossal butt. You can't seem to stop allying yourself with the enemy, can you? I don't need a traitor in my midst. You don't mean... I do. Scruffy, you have 30 minutes to get out of here. You're no longer needed. Goodbye. That's... Wait! Please wait, sir. If I don't get this month's pay, I'll start... Quiet! If it weren't for traitors like you, I would have won. Is that what you want to say? Who? That voice. Oh, okay! Suddenly Edgeworth! It's been a long time, right? This person. This is Mr. Edgeworth? What am I gonna do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong? You haven't changed a bit, Franziska. Oh, Edgeworth. Edgeworth. I know we're not the tightest of bros, but we come on. I did solve a lot of problems for you. Come on, you gotta be helping me out with this. You. How dare you show your face to me without a shred of shame upon it? You soiled the Von Karma name, dragged it through the mud. You even ran away with your tail between your legs like an ill-bred dog you are. Are you talking about the Von Karma family creed? To be perfect in every way? Then let's hear it, Franziska. How are things going? Oh! I wish I could snap in a Z formation. I hear you're having a rough time maintaining perfection in this country. Oh, Edgeworth, we used to be enemies, but now I'm totally on board with everything you're about. You seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came back. Keep your assumptions to yourself. I haven't given in yet. I won't lose. This case is mine. I'll never hand it over to you. Never! Mr. Phoenix Wright, I will see you tomorrow in court. It will be a clinical lesson of the meaning of total victory. Still the same wild mare she always was. So, we should probably talk. I thought you, the prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, had gone and died. Mr. Nick, I never wanted to see you again. I think that's enough of a warm welcome for someone you haven't seen in a year. Are you gonna run tomorrow's trial? You heard her, right? That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems. So no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. Bummer. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. Aw, you don't hate me. But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow. What's that supposed to mean? I have something definitive that you lack. And working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth. The truth? In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for my assistance, it is available to you. Why would I say no? I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous with information. Just what is going on inside his head? Why are you being Mr. Super Nice? A lot of things may have happened, however. Manfred von Karma was still my mentor. And a perfect win record is proof of a von Karma. And now none of them have that. 1 year ago. You could not establish guilt in a few cases. And those losses... Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office? Did you leave because you lost your perfect win record? To think your motivation for prosecuting trials was so selfish. It'd be better for everyone if you never came back from the dead, Edgeworth. Damn, Phoenix! I see. Well, let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason? Well, with Francisca, she almost always says, I will defeat you this time the instant she sees me. But the courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client, to save their life. To save your clients, you say? Those who think only of their own ego-driven goals. Those kind of prosecutors are reprehensible to me, even if you're a prodigy, or someone like you, Edgeworth. Looks like there's still a lot you have yet to learn. A lot I've yet to learn? Me? Well, that's enough for now. The time when you will see is coming soon enough. Okay. Do you know anything about this? I have no interest in talking about useless evidence. Put a little more thought into what you show me, Phoenix Wright. Still as suck up as ever. Okay, 25. All right, well, he's almost the same age as I am. Do you know anything about her? This woman is another key to solving this case. Do you really think so? She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago, but she was suddenly called away by a different show and became Juan's manager. And then, a few months later, she was dead. But her death was ruled a suicide, right? Yes, but there is still one riddle we've yet to solve. A riddle? Her suicide note. It went missing. No one could find it. A suicide note that just vanished, huh? Well, that's certainly something. Can we talk about that? Thank you. Miss Impax's death was most certainly a suicide. Of that there is no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. Then how do you know there was one to begin with? That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it. The suicide note? How do you know Miss Impax had even written a note? There was no solid evidence. However, we did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note, you know, pretty high. Who would hide such a thing? The police think it was Mr. Juan himself. The victim? Well, that's a disturbing sight. He was the one who found her body. Oh, that must have been a real great night. Which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her suicide note. Mr. Cordia had his own manager's suicide note, but why? As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over. This is the suicide report. Part 1, anyway. Part 1? Interesting. Okay. Thank you. I guess I will. You won't actually let me. Well, let me look at it. Okay. What do you got to say about this corpse? Okay, fair enough. What do you got to say about her? Adrian Andrews. She holds a large secret within herself. A secret? You can't help but feel that this whole case revolves around her. Interesting. We are looking into leads, but we can only look into a few key players with our limited resources. No reason for us to waste our energy investigating this person. Why don't you just tell it to me straight and say, I don't have any info. Okay, do you know anything about the victim? There's an interesting rumor about this man. You mean the one about Miss Andrews getting close to him? Well, that's pretty common tabloid fare, ain't it? I don't take things at face value when there's more to be found. While I was abroad, these deplorable types of actors became popular, I take it. Well, refreshing like a spring breeze is his motto. Refreshing? What's so refreshing about a spring breeze? Sounds like the pollen is not treating him well this year. I mean, honestly, I agree with him on that one. Alright, well, I guess that's that. What about Gumshoe? No, okay. I just thought I would ask you about Gumshoe. Okay. Well, despite Phoenix's intense aggression about the whole situation, it's nice to see you again, Edgeworth. You seem to be in the mindset of helping me, so I'm not gonna talk any slander about you. Especially after what we went through. Sheesh, those last 2 cases. Alright, I might be able to make some headway now. Unless she's gone, in which case, that's a problem. Looks like Miss Andrews ain't here. That's not good. I have a few questions I wanted to ask. And she had that cyclotic over her heart. Well, we don't have much of a choice. Guess we can come back later. Well, you see, Mr. Phoenix. You see, Mr. Phoenix. You see, it's a problem. That is a real problem. Unless she moved to a different room for some reason? No. Okay. Think about what I may or may not have done. Only thing I can really think of at this exact moment in time would maybe be... Hang on, the detention center. Let's see. Do you know anything about this? What do you think about this article? You were talking about her thing with Juan. I always thought she was a bit careless in the way she handled it. And that's it? That's it. Okay. And you got nothing on that one? Okay, cool beans. Anything about this lady? What's wrong? How much do you know? What do you mean, how much? Mr. Lawyer, I may be your client, but I hope you'll keep yourself out of my personal life. That's mildly concerning. No, I would never. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lunch appointment I have to keep. In prison? You're in detention! Who in the world are you going to eat with? The security guard? Barry? Mr. Nick? This Celeste Impacts lady. Somehow I get the feeling she's a very important person in all of this. Okay, well. I made something happen, so let's see here. Hopefully Andrews is back from outer space. Alright, no, that's not what I wanted at all! Ugh, examine this, examine that. Are you back? No. Are you in the turlet? Where are you? Okay, so there's a real hamdinger of a problem. What am I supposed to do? Huh. Okay. Okay, I'm just trying to rack my brain about things I could possibly do. Okay, I can only really think of one thing. And I guess I might have gotten maybe sidetracked or something? I don't know, but hang on here. So you said this was part 1? I don't like to look through reports. I like suicide reports even less. Fair enough. Worst of all, the reports that have multiple parts like that one. That had 2. 2 parts. What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here's the second. The second... Oh, okay, well, there we go. The part of the report is about an attempted suicide. The attempt's name is Adrian Andrews. Oh, damn. Miss Andrews. What did she do? She tried to kill herself? She doesn't seem like the kind of person to try to kill herself, though. Well, I guess appearances are deceiving. You think she's a strong career woman? That's just what she wants you to think. Adrian Andrews. She has a certain secret she's always trying to hide. A secret? Her dependent nature. That's what she's really like on the inside. You mean she constantly needs somebody to lean on at all times? Miss Andrews dependent? Talk about the exact opposite of what that woman is. I guess that would make sense as a secret. Interesting. Can we talk more about that? Yes, we can! What's this about Miss Andrews having a dependent nature? Adrian Andrews' attempt at suicide was a few days after the death of Celeste Impax. And why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? Because her mentor did? Because she had apparently lost her will to live. Lost her will? Why would she? Her pillar of strength, her mentor, Celeste Impax, was gone forever. That's why. Why would that? Is that what they call following someone to the grave? After her attempted suicide, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions. I would certainly hope so. That's a serious problem. She's someone who needs a person in whom she can trust absolutely. And when she finds that person, she'll do anything she can to keep them near. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live. Damn! And that's the nature of her dependency on others? When Celeste Impax suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark. That's according to Adrian Andrews herself. Then that means her super confident attitude. It's all a facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together. How terrible. Yeah, that is exceptionally disturbing. Okay. Well, the good news is, I clearly needed that. It's probably important to the entire, proceedings. Okay, let's see if that's enough to bring her back. If she is back, then I think it's relatively safe to assume that I have everything I need. Okay, that's a good sign. Oh, Miss Andrews is here. But it looks like she's talking with someone. That's Franziska von Karma! Miss von Karma, quick! Batten down the hatches! What are you doing here? Well, you see, I'm his lawyer, so... You've got some nerve following me around. Like I have the time. Following you? Like you smell it. That's you, Miss von Karma. You're the one doing the following. Girls. You're always following after that Mr. Detective with the little beard. Me? Following after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. Let me show you something interesting. Little girl. What, did you invade his personal space and put a tracking device on him? An electromagnetic receiver! I planted a tracking device on the detective. Yeah, that's a crime. And with this, I know that fool's every move. So that noise we heard was this receiver. I feel really sorry for Gumshoe. Why are you being so evil to her? To him? Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews! Yeah? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright. What were those two talking about? Miss Andrews, she seems a little dazed, doesn't she? Perhaps now it's the time to strike. That's not what I wanted at all. I don't know why I did that. Okay. That was pretty stupid of me. Alright. Let's do this. I ain't afraid of you. I'm aware of your apparent horrible issues. You're not good at being intimate. Okay, so then, yeah, I still have to start with this. It's not technically the correct thing, but it's what the game expects me to do and wants me to do. Didn't you get close to Mr. What's his face for this person's sake? This dead lady? Celeste Impax, your mentor? How do you know about Celeste? Haha, Miss Impax. She committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Oh, there's the sweat. Right before her death, she was Juan's manager. So I believe you got close to the Gem and Ninja so you could find out more about her suicide. You have a great imagination. You may have a future yet as a slimy muckraker for a future third-rate tabloid. Miss Andrews, there was no mystery surrounding her death. None! It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing. Is that really true? Was there really no mystery to it? I don't believe you were completely at ease with the way that her suicide was resolved at all, considering the hidden suicide note that he perhaps had. Miss Impax's suicide note was never found, was it? Looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body. The ninja. Juan. And Miss Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That is why you became intimate with Mr. Juan. There we go. I've sat by quietly and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor. However, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know that her suicide note was never found. I'm a person who doesn't care about what goes on in the lives of others. That's the impression you like to give, however, I don't think that's who you are. What? I have evidence that says otherwise. This is proof that Celeste Impacts was someone very special to you. The fact that you tried to kill yourself, and I actually legitimately am sorry to have to bring something like that up. It's an incredibly dark and screwed up thing that might actually trigger bad things in your mind, and I hope that doesn't come to that because that'd be really depressing and I'd feel awful about it, especially because I'm almost positive that you're not, in fact, related to this killing at all, and relatively innocent bystander and everything, so... That said, we still have to kind of broach the topic. You nearly went through with it, didn't you? Went through with what? Ending your life? Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help, relying only on yourself. Yes, I've been very independent ever since I can remember. However, that's all just a lie. A facade with a funny-looking sea. You've always searched out on people on whom you could depend on. You were dependent on Miss Impacts, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had. Stop! When Celeste passed away so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note. You must have heard about the police report. The one that said that the police suspected Juan for hiding it. You heard about it and thought you could recover it from him by getting close, am I correct? If that's the case, then everything changes. What do you mean? What topic did we start this conversation on again? It was why was the victim killed. Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems that you have become the one with a reason to want Mr. Cordia dead. All right, the characters are working off the assumption that we're working with an innocent man. Okay, me. Miss Impacts was everything to you. And then she died. And you would do anything to find out why she killed herself. Even commit murder. Phoenix, I don't think we've ever attempted to accuse somebody of something like this out of the court. Oh, damn. Okay, then again, the lock broke, so... Okay, hang on. Thank you. Now talk, lady. It's true. I am a woman who can only live in insecurity. Oh, that's... Okay, see, I didn't want to rip you down. I'm physically small, and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I've pushed against all that, though. I've tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth. Wow, and the sad samurai theme is not helping things here. I'm not happy about this, especially because I don't think you did it. Oh, no. If my theory is correct, and she's innocent, and Matt Ungard is the killer, or even is the reason behind the killing, and it's the assassin dude, but Phoenix doesn't know that, so... Oh, boy. Are we about to implicate a innocent and emotionally fragile woman of murder that she didn't do? In court? Oh. Oh, this is gonna get real dark. It's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret. Mine and mine alone. I'm sorry. You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you? Please, Miss Andrews, all I want to know is the truth. After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her suicide note. And that someone was Juan. Celeste. Without her, I became scared. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me. So you got close to Mr. Cordia to recover her suicide note, right? Looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it? Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if they purposely add fuel to the fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. Look, I'm not here to argue about the practices of a paparazzo. I'm 100% already aware of the fact that those guys are not great. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. Well, that's enough for now. I still have work to do, so I understand. Now, I have one small favor to ask you. My attempted suicide. I'd like for you to keep it a secret. Miss Andrews? If people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose to die than live. All right, I understand. We'll keep it a secret. Mum's the word. Oh, we're gonna have to bring it up in the court, aren't we? Which means making it public. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like where this story is headed at all. She probably never says anything without carefully thinking about it through first. Thank you for your discretion. Mr. Nick, can I ask you something? What is it? Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand since a little while back. That card? Yeah, I guess she has. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding? Huh? Oh, this? I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag. Interesting. What is it? Looks like a seashell. That's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. Where I picked it up from. Or not remembering something clearly? Something sounds like it would be a rare occurrence. Well, it must be off. I leave Mr. On Guard in your capable hands. Phew, boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is gonna be an emotionally draining cycle, isn't it? Well, I think we've gathered about all we can. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright? Oh, Pearls. She looks so worn out by all this. 8-year-olds are not designed to go through stuff like this. She hasn't slept at all and has been walking all over the place with me today. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right? Oh, no, I'm okay, really. I'm fine, I really am. You don't look fine to me. Alright. Let's go, kiddo. You back it up. You back it up. And I guess you head on over here. So, what now? Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive. You mean Miss Impact's a suicide note? That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever. Okay, that is the transceiver. Okay. Hello, Wright and Cola offices. Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone. Maya! Where's Maya? As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time. Okay. Which is why, I suppose, she's absolutely famished. Oh, cool, 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 you're starving her. What? So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost, wouldn't you agree? Wait, Maya, let me hear her. Very well. Ask Maya. Maya, is that you? Sis. Ask my sis. Damn it, he cut me off. Mystic Maya said ask my sis, didn't she? Sis? What does she mean by that? You mean Mia? Come on, Phoenix. You're a hopeless one. Wow, Pearl, you're fast on the draw. Sorry. Hack! Just let it slide, let it slide. Be glad that she's at least positioning her arms properly. I have a message from Maya, so come, ask me anything you want about her. Did she maybe channel you while she was in there, and then you learned things? Oh, that's handy. How's Maya? She's safe for now. That kidnapper is one to keep his word, it seems. I'm glad to hear she's safe, but Mia, how did you know? As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left. She wrote a note and then channeled you to read it so that Pearl could channel you and relay the information. Holy crap, that is legitimately genius. Excuse me. I'm sorry, wow. Huge props to Maya for that one. Then I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could. I didn't know you could use spirit channeling like that. Pretty smart of her, yeah. That's what I thought, damn. The kidnapper, what's he like? I don't know. Apparently, Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was drugged there. And? She didn't see the face of her attacker. Maya's locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her. When you were with her? Ah. Handy. I'm starving. Could really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. I have to stay positive. He promised he wasn't gonna kill me. I'm not gonna die. What's this? I wonder if we are with Nick right now. Okay. What's this? Huh? Oh, seashell! By the seashore! Someone dropped a card here? Kinda looks like a business card, but there's no name on it. I'm actually playing as Maya. That's crazy. It's a picture of a seashell, I think. What a strange card. Okay. Are we tied up, or are we just in a room? Drat. It's locked. This door's locked. Seems easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. Then, click, they magically open the door. I wonder if there's a card like that around here I could use. Ah, that's it, the shell card! If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. This might be my key out of here. And if it's not, firm mental note, teach Maya how to lockpick in the worst case scenario. I had a feeling this card might be useful. Such a genius! Alright, now if you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. I did it! Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. I shouldn't keep Nick waiting, or worried. Oh, of course that's where we're leaving it. Oof.